keep us safe. We keep us safe. We keep us safe. That's right.
Who you are is infinite and shall not be defined by this temporary experience. But if you start to believe in your identity, that's who you are. If our children believe that's who they are, they will not call themselves futures. They will call themselves past and have-beens.
Every time we talk about the children today, the mandate is clap, make noise, the children. That's the only reason we're here, right? That is the only reason we're here as we go on this journey of faith today, are the children.
They don't carry all the hang-ups we have yet, and we don't want them to. You know, they don't have all the discouragement and the jaded thoughts that we might carry. They got all that hope and love and playfulness, and they remind us, don't take ourselves too seriously. And don't get too caught up. We gotta have fun.
I'm gonna keep pushing forth to do the right thing, to keep a smile on my face and let people know I love them. And I'm gonna be the one to have the door open for my own community and say, hey, it's help, and be the face that know that someone can change.
You can't be too black. You can't be not black enough. You are you. We came into this world as us, and we need to come into our spaces and own our spaces. And that's where we need to go as Black San Franciscans.
When I think of a time when I felt safe, an image and a feeling that always comes to me is my grandmother holding my hand. And she had this way, I see some ashes and some resonance with that, because she had this way of holding my hand that wasn't just a one-hand hold, it was a two-hand hold. So she would hold one of my little hands in one of her hands, and then with the other hand, she would just kind of gently tap my hand. And it was this amazing reminder to me that she had my back, right? And having someone's back isn't a simple thing, right? It isn't just a, oh, we're good, right? It's actually, no, I need to tell you about something sometimes. I need to let you know you weren't right when that happened, right? Because if we're holding people accountable, we're also keeping them in family. We're keeping them in community as much as possible, right? And so that is the vision of safety that you all are building as community healers, as public health practitioners, as folks who are doing the work to support one another.
If you cannot master yourself, and it is the hardest job you'll ever have, you will never be able to control conditions. And what's really interesting is self-mastery is scary, because you have to look at yourself and you have to look at your weaknesses, right? And you have to address them without judging yourself, right? So it's like, and the way I like to explain it to adults is when you see a young child trying to walk and they're getting up and falling down and getting up and falling down, do you say, you stupid idiot, get up, what's wrong with you? We never do that, right? What do you say to the child? Come on, you can do it, yes, come on. Then you see them jumping up and falling down. Why can't we do that with ourselves? Because we're just trying to figure it out. We're just older, right? But we're still trying to figure stuff out too, and we do this thing and we make a mistake. Why can't we say, oh, you know what, try it again next time?
Get reps in on this type of stuff. Because if you don't get the reps in, you don't build the strength. One of the things I always tell people is don't double down on your strengths, double down on your weaknesses. Yeah, that's a killer right there, right? Here's why it's a killer, is that most of us want comfort, right? There is no growth in comfort. I gotta say that to you again. I'm a trauma specialist. I gotta give it to you where you can get it, right? There is no growth in comfort. The growth is only in leaning into those things that you have successfully avoided doing. Those feelings and those expressions and those vibes that keep turning in your damn gut, and it tells you you need to go do this, and you say, I don't like that, and then you don't do it. And then you wonder why you're stuck.
Ben Mays was the head of Morehouse College for decades. He was the mentor for Dr. King. He eulogized Dr. King. They had an agreement that whoever died first, the living would do their eulogy. Dr. Mays talked all the time about the need to dream, and it doesn't matter if you fail at the dream, but dream big and try hard. Mahalia Jackson sang just before King spoke, before he gave the I Have a Dream speech. It wasn't even the speech that he was supposed to give. But as he was speaking, he was losing the crowd, and I have somebody I work with that says Mahalia was the original hype man, because she was behind him going, tell him about the dream, Martin, tell him about the dream. So all these times when they had been sitting around, King had been talking about the I Have a Dream speech, but just talking about it with his friends. She knew that. She knew he had passion and energy about that. And so she encouraged him to share that, right? So Dr. Mays planted the seed around dreaming big. And when the time came, Mahalia was the one that said, tell him, share that dream. So if you don't have your dream yet outside of your body, you need to share it with somebody. So in those moments when you're wrestling with whether you should move forward on your dream, you need somebody to encourage you. You don't need to be around dream killers, right? You need some dream keepers and some folks who will help you further that dream.